Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome back to Milnerton Astro, where we have the Milnerton Hockey Festival coming towards the end of day 2, as we're watching on your screen in white. Somerset College taking on Paul Roos. So again, sorry for the delay there. Yeah, penalty stroke there in the first 2 minutes of the game to Somerset College, as a golden opportunity to go 1-0 ahead here against Paul Roos. It's the last game of day 2. Is what a save, unbelievable save there. They keep Paul Roos out. It was a bad tackle by one of the Paul Roos defenders. This promises to be quite an exciting game as bring an end to day 2. Thank you very much for watching, and my name's AJ Spirinzuk, and I'll be joined shortly by Randall Crisp again. He's been here throughout the whole day as we bring you some exciting schoolboy and schoolgirl action on the hockey field. There's lots of sport happening: netball festivals, rugby festivals, hockey festivals all over the country. There's more than enough sport to keep you occupied throughout this long weekend. We're in Paul Roos playing in their traditional maroon kit, and Somerset College playing in their white kit. As Somerset College playing from left to right now, as they a little turnover there by by Paul Roos, as they've lost the ball, so it will be a 16 again from Somerset College. As these two teams all the way from the Boland, they'll be having some matches throughout the year, so they're just testing the waters in a little friendly match before the season gets going after the school break, which will be next week. No doubt the players will be excited to be getting to hockey festivals. As Paul Roos on the ball currently. Ball comes inside the circle and well defended, as Somerset College try and drive the ball down this right hand side, and they've got some space now, but not able to find another number as Paul Roos finds a space. Ruben Senzel now on the outside, as he's going to look to drive on the inside. He loves taking those players on. Ball inside, but it's deemed dangerous by the umpire, as it will be another 16-yard free hit out as Somerset College go down the right hand side. They're going to look to move the ball back around the back of the field towards the left hand side. Yes, Paul Roos very happy just to sit, into a bit of a three-quarter zone, that they're just holding their space and just allowing the ball to move from side to side. Just waiting for Somerset College to make mistakes. As it's hit the back of the Paul Roos stick. Ball gets moved down towards the right hand side. Somerset College got a little bit of space now as they're looking to go 1v1 there, but they're just not able to find, as Paul Roos closing the spaces down really well. Again, if you are watching us or supporting from anywhere, let us know where you're watching from, as we bring you this live coverage here from Milnerton High School. There are games at Alcana High School and Edgemead for the same Milnerton Hockey Festival. We're bringing most of it to you from Milnerton today. You'll be able to watch as the week goes, as the weekend progresses. As I'm now joined by my good friend Randall. He's just done a quick meal run. Welcome, Randall.
A meal run. Out to Canal walking back. Thanks to the lovely food vendors out here today. So far it's been quite a heated start. Just been standing on the corner watching the match. This is going to be a battle of wits and tactics. Both sides are very, very well conditioned for this level of hockey.
I think obviously Somerset College will be pretty upset that they didn't score the penalty stroke within almost the first minute of the game. But it was a very, very good save by the Paul Roos goalkeeper, and yeah, but it's going to be a nice game. Really, these are always exciting to watch.
Yeah, that'll be the second penalty stroke of the day. First one being missed completely earlier. This one now being saved. So I think that just speaks to the caliber of what we are expecting out here today. I mean, it's only been 6 and a bit, almost 7 minutes, and we've already seen so much action. We are seeing a different Paul Roos game compared to the match early against Pinelands, where they had beaten Pinelands 6-0. Playing slightly quicker. At the same time, it's a very metered affair, looking to maintain position. Eyes are up all the time, and look at this drive. Coach and manager looking quite calm, well, as we expect from Coach Ashton Freddy and Somerset College coach, a local from this side of the world, Mick Overkerk.
Moved across from Worcester Gym.
I'm sure his dad will be joining if Uncle Dion is tuned in. I hope you are enjoying what you're seeing so far.
No, he might be in the stands. I mean, we normally see him walking around the field every now and then. No doubt he's probably standing on the side of the field. I know he's always been supportive of Mike, and ball comes in and it's gone wide, and we've always seen him on the side, whether Mick's playing or coaching, or I think he had a little stint of umpiring as well.
Yeah, if he's not wearing a cap, we'll definitely be able to see him. I'm sure Uncle Dion is going to come find me for that comment. But I'm one with the ball gang, as I'm bald myself, so we keep it shiny.
Yeah. Yeah, as the wind keeps pumping here from across the field. Somerset College very happy again. Somerset College happy to move the ball around, and Paul Roos also quite happy just to sit back in that three-quarter zonal press that they're busy playing.
And actually, you know, props to the development of Somerset College's hockey. 20 years ago, this would have been Paul Roos' second team against Somerset College's first side, and they've upped their game over the years. And by saying 20 years ago, I'm probably giving away at least 5 years of my age.
Listen, Randall, we have a habit of giving our age away on these on these commentaries every now and then.
Yeah, I'm sure no one will understand what we're talking about when we say phone card.
I remember getting a phone card when I was at school, because we had those little Telcom phones at school. You had the pay phone and you had the phone card phone.
Yeah, that 20 rand went a long way.
Yeah, that's what well, 20 rand cheapest, that could last us like 6 months. and you can still phone your friends with that kind of stuff. And that card was used every time we used to just phone parents to come and pick us up, or let them know what time a hockey match was. And yeah, those are the days. As you see, Paul is driving down the right hand side. He's unfortunately got no support, but he's going to look to try and take them on. He has got inside the circle, and there's a bit of a goal line scrapping.
Yeah, we're seeing the Paul Roos strikers being forced to go individual. They're finding their way all the way to the baseline, and coming up against the wall of college defenders that are just waiting to push them into a corner, but still finding their way through somehow. And for the first time today, we're actually seeing the PRG manager, the net, actually standing. A little bit of a tense affair now, with 9 minutes left in the first half, and we're not seeing a clear lead here by either side in terms of tactics and play, and neither are throwing away any possession as easily as we've seen from other sides today.
Yeah, and I think a lot of them are focusing on ball retention. I think that's something that's very important, is how long can you hold the ball for, you know? And a good team is a team that plays well with and without the ball. I think we sometimes forget the role that we do off the ball when we don't have it. There's so much focus on attack or what you do when you get the ball, but you've got to realize that you've got to do something before you get the ball on defense.
It was a world-class tackle in the corner there.
Yeah, it was a very, very good challenge. So both teams are, I think, very happy with not playing with the ball. You know, just like holding their spaces really well. I mean, Somerset College have been very patient, even though they've not had many circle entries. Paul Roos have had majority of them so far, not many ahead of them, but they've been very happy to sit back, and Paul Roos subsequently have been the same. They've been very happy to just sit back and let Somerset College go at them.
And winning that short corner. And I wonder what the call will be as PRG number 8 comes to Coach Ashland to wait for the call and get instruction for this formation and this variation in the short corner. And setting up with a 1.5 castle. Oh, 2 castles. Quite a neat little goal scored there. And as Keenan Warner mentioned earlier, you're not looking to go high, you want to go at that mid-level.
I think that was Ruben Senzel. And Ruben Senzel, out and out goal scorer. The man scores. If he's not on the goal scoring sheet, you'll be very surprised. He scores a serious amount of them throughout the year.
And we'll take some notes for IPT later this year.
Yeah, you got to take notes, because I mean, he's going to be on the opposite side. And yeah, IPT, under 18 and 16, all happening in Stellenbosch this year. So Boland and a lot of these Paul Roos boys will be in that Boland under 18, in the under 18 team. Some of the Somerset College boys will be in there as well.
Yeah, I'm just happy to not be trying to guide 18 little brain cells on a flight to a foreign city.
Well, at least this time it's nice you're playing in a tournament, and I'm pretty upset. It's the first time that after many years that I won't be the tournament director this year. But I'll be around every now and then. But it will be good to watch some provincial hockey in well, I say Cape Town, but in Stellenbosch, as Boland have the privilege of hosting it this year. They were the team that was supposed to. They were the province that was supposed to host the last one before the unfortunate COVID pandemic hit. So they've been given obviously that honour again. So it'll be good to see the best under 18 and under 16 hockey players in the country descend on the Astros down in Stellenbosch.
So if you're not being TD this year, we'll have to find someone else to accept our gifts.
or find somebody else to irritate. Like I've got a friend, and he'll remain nameless. He says, "Well, AJ, whenever I see your name as the tournament director, I need to time it when I can start irritating you." But it's what we love to do. I think it's one of the special weeks of the year where coaches, teachers, managers, physios from all over the country descend on one town, as all we're trying to do is just trying to get the best hockey out of our players and trying to obviously win an IPT. So it's a pity that I won't be there, but I know that everybody's going to be having a good time, having meeting their friends and just seeing those buddies that they haven't seen for a long time, especially at under 18 level, because we haven't had an IPT at school level for so long. So here's a dangerous ball, goes inside the circle, but it's come off a Somerset College stick, so it will be a free. It's still to Paul Roos outside the circle. You'll be with under 18 boys side. I mean, that preparation hasn't started yet, but no doubt soon that process to pick the Western Rons under 18 boys side will happen.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't received any confirmation yet. I was with them last year, so we will wait and see if myself and Bryce West will be working together again. I'm always happy to help out wherever I can.
All the changes rolling on the side as both teams start. Just keep rolling the changes throughout the game. 3.5 minutes left in, I was about to say quarter number 1, but it's half number 1, because we are just playing halves at this tournament, or at this festival.
Quite impressive that we've been on time with every single match so far.
Yeah, I think but there's only been 50 minutes allocated, and there's only 20 minutes aside. So I think that's the fortunate thing, is that every game there's still time for the teams to warm up, and you can see how conditioned we are. Sometimes we don't get knock-up time for school games, and there's been lots of time. We've actually started some games earlier because both teams have been ready and prepared. There is actually time to knock up on the turf, but teams are not needing it. They want to get straight into the match. It's a good little move by Somerset College down the right hand side, just not able to find their right midfielder running on the overlap.
And even so, we still have senior players who complain about not having knock-up time.
Yeah. Yeah, as we see, lots of space here for Roos to work down the right. Bit of a lazy challenge there from Somerset College, but it's been given a free. It's been given to Somerset College now. I think they might have said it would be shielding there, but it's gone over, and it will be a 16-yard free there to Paul Roos.
Yeah, a bit of a shame to win the blow there and just throw possession away so cheaply. Something you want to hang on to and capitalize on. And just a minute and 45 seconds left in this first half. I've seen a few opportunities for both sides. Somerset College missing that P-flick. We've had Paul Roos converting one of their short corners. Is 1-0 enough?
I would definitely say no, but it all depends on how well you defend afterwards. You know, at the moment, Paul Roos are looking comfortable, but then again, when I say that, if you look at the opportunity that the danger that Somerset College does pose to them, I would say no. I would say 1-0 is definitely not a score that they can be comfortable with, and we know that Somerset College will be just got a few things to fix at halftime, but yeah, definitely the 1-0 is definitely not going to be something that they'll be comfortable with.
This may be Somerset College's opportunity now to get something on the board as they fight away and plow through that right corner.
And you can also see all the Paul Roos players inside the circle working together as a team, which is just something that we haven't seen from too many teams on defense. So as the time ticks away, 15 seconds now. Lots to talk about for both coaches.
Yeah, really impressed by Paul Roos not wasting possession out through the back and out of that outlet. Half time.
Yeah, so we'll take a little breather and we'll chat to you after the break. Right, ladies and gentlemen, we are back here with the final half of the final match at the Fairmont. Sorry, not I keep saying Fairmont. It's the Milnerton Hockey Festival. Paul Roos taking on Somerset College. Somerset College had a penalty stroke opportunity within the first minute of the game. Unfortunately for Somerset College, was saved by the Paul Roos goalkeeper. And then after quite a bit of time of sustained pressure, Paul Roos had a penalty corner and a flick, nice low flick from Ruben Senzel. And they hold a 1-0 lead currently, but it's definitely not a comfortable lead. Again, thank you for joining us. As myself, AJ Spirenzuk, and I'm joined by Randall Crisp. But yeah, there's matches at Milnerton Astro, Alcana Astro and Edgemead Astro, all from this Milnerton Festival. And we'll still be games today, and then tomorrow all matches all the way to the afternoon. Randall, how's the first half been for you?
Yeah, first half has definitely been excuse me, a tale of two cities, with neither side looking much stronger than the other. I think it's been a battle of tactics between Coach Mick and Coach Ashland. Because if we look at the way that these two sides have been linking up in their passes, we're not seeing a lot of turnovers, we're not seeing a lot of unforced errors in possession being thrown away. It's looking a lot like an indoor match right now. Just looking at the way position is being maintained by both sides.
Yeah, it's also both teams defending really well. You know, I think there's it's low risk, so there's not a lot of risks being taken by both sides. But on defense, I think both teams have been holding their spaces really well and been very patient. Somerset College have been very happy to sit back and just let Paul Roos come onto them. They're just trusting their ability to close all the correct angles, and you see there, well, good angle close, and now there's an opportunity to drive forward and good chances. Paul Roos try and get numbers back, and they do, as they win the ball back and snuffed it out, and Paul at the Somerset College plough their numbers back now to try and defend.
Yeah, probably not my place to make a comment, but I would love to see that player put his entire gum guard in his mouth at Somerset College number 2. That gum guard is going to do nothing for concussion if you get hit in the face there, my young man. And some might think that gum guards are there to protect your teeth. They're actually there to protect the vibration from an impact. And as you see, Somerset College managing that so well, and Paul Roos is getting the shot off and going wide, and comes off a 16.
Yeah, just a bit too relaxed on getting the ball out the back there now. I should have just cleared it out wide and prevented the danger. Those are those type of ones that those soft little goals that you don't want to concede.
We definitely would like to see Somerset College fighting their way into the end. That ball rolling wide, but keeper wide awake, keeping it live. Lots of pressure being applied here. Just this smart interception play by Paul Roos, just sitting back and allowing certain passes to link up.
And again, Somerset College very happy to sit back. The big overhead, but not able to find the right midfielder running on the overlap.
And the big man Carl Becker, the captain of the PRG side, having lots of time on the ball.
The wind keeps blowing now harder and harder. The rest of the evening players will probably be fighting that as well, trying to get word across to teammates on the opposite side of the field.
Yeah, as I mentioned to Coach Chris Gibson earlier, Milnerton ladies coach, it's almost something that we've seen from the Namibian national side, where they play incredibly quietly, hardly any voices on the park when those national sides are operating.
Yeah, I think it's also that ability to know what your teammate is doing, you know, and also backing that player whenever they do something. What they say, quietly going about their business. Somerset College have a free hit outside the circle. They've given it out so they can play the ball in now, but they're still on this left hand side. They look for ball to come in. Ball does come in, but trapped by Paul Roos. But Paul Roos with a nice overhead to clear the danger.
I believe that was their first one of this match.
It could be. I haven't seen many from Paul Roos. It was a good opportunity there to throw it because they didn't have any numbers for it, but they just tried to clear the danger, so it was really good. But you'll see a different Paul Roos now because they are starting to close Somerset College down a little bit more, especially they're playing these little midfield pockets where when Somerset College play the ball into midfield, they have about 3 or 4 players that are trying to close the space down in the middle, and you'll see it from a 16 that happens quite a bit. I think the only problem with that is if one of the 3 players that are going in to put them under pressure is not in the correct place, there's an exit for one of the Somerset College midfielders to get out of that space. I think it's very important that Paul Roos get that right, but this is what a tournament or a festival like this is for, to get that right, so when you get to the league you know exactly what you need. When you get to the league, you know exactly the lines that you need to run correctly there.
Some might say that these festivals they do allow you a little bit of leeway. Others might say that this is your chance to show up on TV. And we do have the 2 of us sitting over here commentating, so you want us to say good things about you, so just do the right thing.
You know, that does make our job quite easy when players play well. I mean, every game that we've commentated, the players have played well. It just makes it so easy to actually talk about it. There's a little bit of a ball comes inside the circle and a shot and goes over the baseline. First real opportunity where most of the game's been in midfield. There's not been as many threatening moments going forward. Paul Roos again, moving the ball around the back. They're playing 3 at the back now. Really good trap in midfield. So looking to drive down that right hand side T-point. So will be a long corner there to Somerset College as they long corner, sorry, to Paul Roos as Somerset College are defending. Big ball goes across as Paul Roos happy to go with 3 at the back. They've overloaded down both sides as they look to try and get extra numbers forward. Good balls. They got a ball inside the circle now, but unfortunately lost by Somerset Colleges. They've cleared the ball down the middle, which is not what they want. There's a couple of stick clashes, but it's still Somerset College. They don't want to clear the ball down the middle. You want to clear it wide. Somerset College very lucky to get away with it as they cleared it 45 into midfield, straight to a Paul Roos stick, which could have been very dangerous for them.
Interesting to watch the formation and the ball direction of both sides. Where Somerset College, they look to move the ball through the middle, whereas PRG look to move the ball wide and look for less direct play and less direct momentum on the ball. And that's what happens as soon as they go inside. Somerset College are waiting there to intercept, but cheaply given away. That was the opportunity.
It's a chance now to play on the baseline, and it's unfortunate bad tackle there from one of the Somerset College players. He just went for the challenge and his stick was left there, and he just tripped up one of the Somerset College one of the Paul Roos players. So it'll be a penalty corner, and goal scorer from the first game is still on from the first half is still on the field. Ruben Senzel But let's see what Coach Ashton Freddy has decided. He has sent a message out to one of the players.
The wind seems to have changed direction, so if he goes for a flick to top right, it may just end at top left.
No, you never know with Cape Town wind, eh? It's another flick opportunity, but just not able to pick it up.
Interesting variation there with 3 flickers on one castle.
Somerset College tried to get a counter-attack there and they just weren't able to find a strike up front. And something that you also, a lot of players you've got to realize is that, yes, the big ball forward on the counter-attack is good, but it's maybe better to find a one maybe, instead of a really big one maybe shorter pass, and then the next pass is slightly bigger.
They need to win those small battles on the field, especially in situations like this where you will feel outnumbered. And the calls from Paul Roos' coach that the ball is moving too slowly.
Yeah, so I think in his scenario he's saying move the ball laterally as quick, a little bit quicker, so that he can get his midfielders to set up. Because at the moment, by them not moving the ball quicker, means that the midfielders can't get into a position while the press is moving. And at the moment the press is just standing still, so if they're not moving the ball fast enough, it just means that the defense is just getting into a space to close their midfielders down. So he's asking his defenders he's not necessarily asking them to move. Another lazy tackle there from Somerset College, and should have allowed the boy to go in. So what he was saying is that by moving the ball laterally, and that's what he's expecting, he wants it to go laterally as many times as possible before it goes forward. Because a lot of times when coaches shout move the ball quickly, a lot of players think, well, we need to get going forward quickly, and that's not really the case. He's asked them to move laterally quickly so that they can move the Somerset College press and actually get the ball into the spaces for the midfielders to receive it. That's maybe something that they've been lacking a little bit, and something they'll definitely be working on over the next couple of weeks as they move towards their first game of this first league matches of the year.
One of the Somerset College guys going out of face mask.
Shot comes in. It's a good save there by the keeper. Still an opportunity, and obstruction there blown by Aintree Burns at Somerset College. There's a chance. There are some numbers forward. He's got to move the ball quickly, but unfortunately not able to. Yes, but he's got some space open. There's a 2v1. The ball comes in and it's picked up by Paul Roos. Just tried to be a little bit fancy. All he had to do is roll it into the space for his Somerset College forward to get to.
Yeah, it's one of those situations again where just a little bit more patience, just a little bit more effort and smarts in maintaining possession would have put them inside the D with an opportunity to score. And we know you should not be trying to go through players. I guess players who play a lot of indoor will know that best.
Yeah, and again that's another benefit of indoor, especially in your outdoor game, where a lot of these Paul Roos boys play indoor. There's a couple of boys, only a few of them in the Somerset College team that also plays indoor. But one thing you'll notice a lot is a lot of their passes and a lot of their runs are into the space that's available to them. They don't take the players on. Some good movement here. Somerset College have the ball on the baseline. They're asking for a penalty corner. The shot comes in. And you missed it, but the keeper made a save as Paul Roos now have the chance to clear the danger. They've got numbers forward. He's going to want to move that ball quickly because he has numbers forward. He's taken players on inside the circle. He's running down the baseline and pass comes across and made saved by the keeper and cleared out by one of the Somerset College defenders.
Either of Sean Marta at the ball there.
Always a good carry of the ball.
That was a textbook Belgian run. We've seen from the Belgian, Argentinian run. We've seen from the Argentinian outside strikers over the past few years as they've built up their pace, and the ball just sneakily rolling underneath the keeper's pads, and into the goal box. My goodness.
But again, lots of hard work there by Paul Roos to get the ball going forward, and all that defensive pressure that Somerset College put them under. Fortunately, the cracks in that defense started coming through.
And again, thanks to now Wayne Cybersecurity for being involved. And Fourways for being ever involved throughout this tournament. With only 4 minutes left, we usually speak about the 2-0 trap. And Anthony Burns saying no.
And Ashton Freddy is asking one of his players to give the ball forehand there. Just especially when you roll it down that sideline, you want it forehand so that the ball's in a position that they can move and make a decision straight away. The ball got passed towards the left-hand side, towards his reverse side, and he had to turn around, get the ball under control, then get the ball in a better position to then make a pass, which meant that the flow of the movement was hindered. So they're expecting a little bit more from them in that space.
This is a game of accuracy, so you will want to make the game as easy as possible for your teammates. A bit of a slip there. It's been surprising the amount of sniper dives we've seen today on.
There's been a couple of sniper dives in the games.
Very grippy tough. Oh, smart pass there, and that's one of those situations where if that striker just carried on running.
Really good movement here by Somerset College. Hits a Somerset College stick, would look like it did a foot, but it did a Somerset College. Really nice move there by Somerset College.
Yeah, that was super smooth. Super smooth.
Yeah, it's good to watch, and that's the danger that Somerset College offers on counter-attack, and that's why I still said even 2-0, 1-0 is not a comfortable scoreline against a side that can move the ball forward, and so smooth in the way they moved it forward. But they are running out of time to rescue results from this game. You'd like to think that Paul Roos would probably win it from this scenario, but we have seen stranger things happen on a hockey field.
A little bit of a scuffle there. He's not being given any options for clearance, and keeper's off his line, and what a goal.
Such good patience. How many times would you see a player then taking a shot or something and just calmly just saw the space open, just took a flick into the space, and great third goal there by Paul Roos as they slowly start to seal this result as we come to the end of this match.
And big thanks to Rothmans Gurud, also one of the sponsors here.
Something again. Somerset College trying to rescue something that desperately deserve a goal to end this game. So they've put in a good performance, and they've got another festival coming up soon in a week's time, so lots of work and for them to do the next couple of days. But like I said,
where are all these festivals coming from? I don't remember this when we were in high school.
Yeah, when we were, I'm thinking of when I was at school, the festivals that were common were the York Easter Festival,
Ascension,
and then there was the obviously we still had Nomads and Kes, Sinsterdians and those festivals, but there weren't as many back then, and it's a really credit to schools driving the game and just the growth of the game in South Africa.
Yeah, we only had Founders and then the Total Gas Festival.
Okay, but now you are really going way back, and you're going before my time.
Okay.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, that brings the end of day 2 here at the Milnerton Hockey Festival, as Paul Roos take a 3-0, convincing 3-0 lead against Somerset College. But Somerset College looked really good for long portions of that game, but just up against a very, very good Paul Roos side.
Yeah, no, for sure. It was a battle of 2 towers, but one of these towers clearly had a lot more gas than the other one. And 3-0 on the board. AJ, I think it's been a fantastic day so far. Do we see you tomorrow? Yeah,
it's been a good day. We'll be back tomorrow afternoon. To everybody that was here watching, thank you very much for watching, and tune in tomorrow morning. Randall will be here with Kurt Safontaine. I'll be in the afternoon, but from myself and Randall, Chris, see you tomorrow.